Have you ever seen somebody doing bicep curls like that in the gym? Well, if you have, they probably don't have. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Jeremy the Machine Scott here. Have you ever seen somebody doing bicep curls like that in the gym? Well, if you have, they probably don't have big arms. And if they do, it's probably just genetics. You don't get big arms from using bad form like that. You get big arms from going a little bit lighter and using good form and isolating the bicep. Today, you're gonna like what I have for you. Actually, you're not gonna like it, you're gonna love it. I'm gonna talk about reasons why you can't get bigger arms or the reason why your biceps won't grow. These are some of the reasons why you can't get big biceps. Check it out. Reason number one, your form sucks. If you're doing bicep curls in the gym and you go to bring the dumbbells up and your elbow comes away from your body, that means you're taking tension off of your bicep and you're putting tension on the shoulders. Are we training biceps or are we training shoulders? So if we're not training shoulders on arm day, why then are you bringing your elbow out to the side? You're using too much weight and you need to go a little bit lighter. You're taking the tension off the bicep and you're putting it on the shoulder. So this is what it looks like. Elbow comes out, dumbbell comes up. Elbow comes out, dumbbell comes up. So what you see in the gym is a lot of people, they want to get bigger biceps, so they think if I lift heavier weights, I'm going to get bigger biceps. So they keep increasing the weight because they're frustrated because their arms aren't growing, but they're increasing the weight and their form is just getting more crappy. So the only thing they're doing is decreasing the amount of tension on the biceps. That's why they're curling like this. Elbow comes out. So they feel good because they're curling 40-pound dumbbells, 50-pound dumbbells, but when they go home and they lose their pump and their arms deflate, they don't feel good because they realize their arms aren't growing and their arms aren't getting any bigger. They're just staying small. So if you want to stay with your small biceps, then keep using heavy weight and keep going like this. Elbow comes out and they're kind of like jumping and catching it. There's another reason why your biceps aren't growing. So if you're doing bicep curls and you find yourself in the gym going like this, bouncing, doing the bicep dance. So if you're bouncing to get the weight up, stop going so heavy. Leave your ego at the door. Stop focusing on how many pounds you lift and focus on that mind-muscle connection and focus on feeling it in the muscle that you're supposed to be feeling it in. Focus on the muscle that you're training. So if you're training your biceps, think about biceps, not about how many pounds can I lift to get bigger arms. If you don't feel it and if you don't truly have that true mind-muscle connection, your arms are never gonna grow. You're never gonna get bigger biceps. Just forget it. Leave your ego at the door. You gotta decrease the weight and focus on good form and focus on holding that contraction, getting the arm up to where it's supposed to be, which is right here. Focus on bringing the arm up to right about here and squeezing. You wanna hold that contraction for at least a good second, a second and a half minimum. If you wanna create more time under tension, you can bring that arm up and you can hold it for even longer. You can hold it for 2 seconds, 3 seconds. You can even do a 60-second hold if you want to get as much blood in the muscle as possible. Stop going so heavy, decrease the weight, do the exercise correctly so you could train your biceps. If you're going too heavy on bicep curls, you're training every single other muscle group except for your biceps. So decrease the weight and do it right. Or don't do it at all because your arms aren't going to respond and your arms aren't going to grow. Another reason why your arms are not growing and why you can't get bigger biceps, if you're doing dumbbell curls and you're bringing the dumbbells up and your elbow is moving up, you're using your shoulders. You're using your front delts. So as I go to curl this dumbbell up, once I come past here, to bring the dumbbell up a little bit higher, once again, you're decreasing tension on your biceps. So you're putting all the tension on your front delts. As I bring this dumbbell up, I want to bring the dumbbell up as high as I can go without moving my elbow. Your elbows have to stay glued to your rib cage. So you should only bring your arms up as high as possible without that elbow moving. As soon as you swing and lean back, you're taking all the tension off of the biceps and you're putting all the tension onto the front delts. So stop moving your elbows up and down. Keep your elbows glued to your side. Only come up as high as you possibly can without moving that elbow up. So if anything, keep your elbows back a little bit further to create maximum tension on the biceps. If you can create maximum tension on the biceps, you're going to create maximum growth on the biceps. So once again, as I pull the dumbbells up, if you're swinging your body and swinging those elbows up as well, if you're rotating your shoulders, you're not training your biceps. You're training your core, you're training your glutes, you're probably training your calves, you're training your hamstrings, you're training your traps, you're training your neck, but you're not training your biceps. This is the reason why you're not able to get those peaks on the biceps, or this is the reason why you're not able to get your arms to grow, because your form is incorrect and you're taking all the tension on your biceps. Remember, maximum tension equals maximum growth. Time under tension equals growth. Get as much blood into the muscle as possible, as much nutrients delivered to the muscle as possible, and that's what's gonna trigger that maximum growth, okay? So you need to decrease the weight and you need to check your form and make sure that your form is correct. So pay attention. That's why we have mirrors at the gym. They're not always for flexing, they're sometimes for checking your form to make sure that you're doing the exercises correctly. So once again, chest up, shoulders back, pull that arm up, make sure that elbow does not move. As soon as the elbow comes up to here, you're engaging your front deltoid. Front deltoid becomes engaged. Keep those elbows back, rotate and squeeze. We want about a 2-second hold at the top. 1.5, like I said, come down nice and slow. The most important part of the rep is the negative portion of the rep. So we want to contract that bicep and bring the arms up, and then there's where we get the most benefit out of your set, is on the negative, on the way down. So stop swinging the weight up and letting it drop. Swinging the weight up and letting it drop. Stop doing that. That doesn't work. That's not how we make our arms grow. That's not how we get bigger biceps. This is how we get bigger biceps. If you want to get bigger arms, then you've got to follow these guidelines. If you don't follow these guidelines, your arms will not grow. These are some of the main keys to making your arms grow. These are some good and effective pointers if you've been trying to hit arms, if you've been trying to hit biceps, but you're not seeing the results that you want to see. If your arms aren't growing, if your arms aren't getting bigger, these are some of the reasons why. You can make your arms grow, you can make your arms bigger. If you have bad genetics, it might take a little bit more work. If you have good genetics, your arms might grow a little bit easier, but genetics is not an excuse. Nothing replaces consistency and hard work. Without consistency and without hard work, genetics don't mean squat. Until next time, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button down below.